The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. It's probably the best game I have ever played. One of the things I really love about this game is that your decisions matter. Sometimes in the most irrelevant moment possible, you might think that your decision doesn't matter. But believe me, it does.
Sorry, can't let that happen.
Oh! No, my leg!
Anyway, one of the toughest decisions I've ever had to make in The Witcher 3 is in the Blood and Wine DLC. And this decision is basically choosing the ending. So I usually go for two endings. The one where Dettlaff dies, but both Anarietta and Syanna forgive each other. Or the one where Dettlaff lives, but Syanna has to die. So I find this decision very hard to make because if Dettlaff dies, Regis has to kill him and then he has to be banished from his own kind, which I hate doing to him. But I also don't like a mass murderer like Dettlaff getting away with killing all those humans. So this is always a very difficult decision for me to make. So in this video, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cover both of these endings and I'm gonna choose which one I think is better. Keep in mind, this is all my opinion, and I'd be happy to hear yours in the comments below. Alright, let's get to it. So first, I want to begin by defending Syanna. First, let's understand why Syanna is the way she is. When you're talking to her in the Land of a Thousand Fables, she tells you how she was treated like garbage while growing up, and then when she was eventually banished by her family when she tried to escape, a knight beat a child, little Syanna, and then just let her die. Just put her in the cold and let her die. And if it weren't for that bandit, she probably would have died.
Since you brought it up, the knights Dettlaff killed, what exactly did they do to you? Crespi, Dulac, Lacroix, Peyrac Peyran?
Not a memory I enjoy revisiting, but I suppose you deserve to know. When my parents disowned me, they ordered those very knights to escort me beyond the duchy's borders. All did so without uttering a single word in my defense.
Like you said, they had their orders.
But Crespi was not ordered to beat me unconscious with a horsewhip after my first attempted escape. And Dulac had no instructions to deny me food and abuse me. I learned something then. Knights are not so chivalrous when no one's watching.
I'd gladly hear the rest. Let's see. They had escorted you out of the duchy.
Yes, and the noble knights of Toussaint I didn't stop until we reached the Ketdu wilderness. They left me there alone, without a copper, in a torn lace dress, right when the frosts were setting in. They assumed something would eat me, or that I'd do everyone a favor and die of hunger. But as always, I failed to live up to expectations. I wandered the woods for a week, went purple from the cold, gnawed the bark from twigs. Finally, I saw a light among the trees. A campsite. They were bandits, bearded, drunk, spattered with blood. I was sure they'd rape me or kill me, or both.
Take it neither happened?
That's when I learned a robber and a murderer can be a better man than a knight in shining armor.
So that is why Syanna is cold and evil, and that makes sense. And I did like Dettlaff before he decided to kill a bunch of human beings just because he was manipulated, okay? He was killing all these humans to save his love, and then he found out that his love was behind the whole thing, and I understand why he was mad. But he should not have literally killed a bunch of innocent human beings just because he was mad. So I know that Regis is very loyal to Dettlaff, and that makes sense. Regis would not be alive if it weren't for Dettlaff. Dettlaff saved his life. However, Regis needs to understand that Dettlaff is not going to change, and he's always going to be the same vampire that doesn't understand humans, and is just going to kill any human that slightly pisses him off, and he's too dangerous to be let alive in the human world. And we don't know how many times Dettlaff is going to come to the human world, okay? So he can't die. He can't live. He's just too dangerous. Okay, Dettlaff killed because he was manipulated by his girlfriend, and Syanna killed because she wanted to get revenge on the people that wronged her. Now what Syanna did was wrong, but she did have a better point than Dettlaff. However, here's what I don't like about this ending. Now, since only another higher vampire can kill another higher vampire, it's not Geralt that kills Dettlaff, it's Regis that has to ultimately kill Dettlaff. Now, A, Dettlaff saved his life. Regis is very loyal to Dettlaff, so I don't want him to do that to his friend. And B, if he does kill Dettlaff, he becomes a traitor to his own kind, which I also hate doing to Regis. But in the Night of Long Fangs, when Geralt is talking to Regis, and Regis is trying to convince Geralt to negotiate Syanna with Dettlaff, he promises that Dettlaff's not gonna harm her.
Ends in a fight. Willing to guarantee Syanna won't get hurt?
It seems unlikely in the extreme that...
Didn't ask for a lecture on probability. Need a simple answer. Yes or no.
I vow that not a hair on her head shall come to any harm.
Now let's take a look at what happened.
Me or not. In forgiving you, I grieve. For now, we must part. A shame.
Syanna!
Exactly. Dettlaff does not care about humans. He's never going to understand humans. He treats them like cattle, and anytime a human slightly pisses him off, he's probably going to do something like this again. He's too dangerous to be let alive, and we just can't have that. And, by the way, if Dettlaff does kill Syanna, Dettlaff literally threatens Regis and Geralt if Geralt decides to fight him.
You can try to stand in my way. Then I shall kill you both. Though that is not at all my will. The decision is yours.
So, Regis is over here being extremely loyal to Dettlaff, and Dettlaff is just being like, fuck you, Regis, I don't care, you piece of shit, I'm gonna threaten to kill you. Like, Regis is like being so loyal to him, and Dettlaff is kind of treating him like shit. And even if Regis does kill Dettlaff, he does say he will move to Nilfgaard, where vampires are considered a myth, and then he'll live there in peace. So that is why letting Syanna live is a good choice. Okay, now switching to defending Dettlaff. So first, we need to understand Dettlaff. Dettlaff is a higher vampire. He doesn't understand humans, he doesn't care about humans, he basically views humans as we treat cattle. Now Regis, he understands humans because he's lived upon them for a long time, but Dettlaff hasn't. Okay? So, I guess you can't really apply the same law of nature to Dettlaff as we would to us. Like, to him, killing a bunch of humans is basically us probably stomping on a bunch of ants. We wouldn't care. We wouldn't give a second thought about it. Dettlaff wouldn't give a second thought about killing humans either. However, Dettlaff is not pure evil either. He doesn't go around killing humans for the hell of it. For example, when you and Regis meet for the first time, for the first time, after you fight Dettlaff for the first time, he tells you that Dettlaff slayed the Brute of Lyria after the Brute of Lyria killed a kid that gave Dettlaff an apple for no reason, just out of kindness. So,
Brute of Lyria. Read about it. Chewed up almost 200, then fell to a common poacher supposedly armed with a dagger blessed by some prophet.
It fell to Dettlaff, who then found a poacher asleep in the brush near his snares and dropped the fiend's corpse at his feet. And thus, a legend was born.
Vampires rarely help humans. Must have had his own agenda hunting the beast.
You err. He slew it for one reason alone. The monster killed a lad who once in the street had offered Dettlaff an apple, expecting nothing in return.
Terribly noble of him.
so Dettlaff, he doesn't go around killing humans for the hell of it, and he cared about this human kid that gave him an apple out of kindness, and when that human kid died, he killed him. He killed the Brute of Lyria. And Dettlaff can form connections with humans. For example, once you get the resonance and you relive the flashback, you can clearly see that Dettlaff did form a connection with Delacroix before killing him. And he did feel bad about killing him. So much so, to the point where he cut off the hand that killed him. So, Dettlaff, if he wants to, he can form a connection with humans. The only reason he hasn't is because he hasn't spent enough time with humans, like Regis has. Also, when Dettlaff and Syanna finally reunite and Dettlaff finds out about the whole manipulation thing, he indeed does warn Syanna about the siege.
You will come to Teshumutna and explain all. If you do not, I will raze Beauclair to the ground. This I promise you. You've 3 days. I shall be waiting.
And Geralt and Regis inform the Duchess, Anna Henrietta, about what he said. And despite the many times that Geralt has told the Duchess that her guards don't stand a chance against tired vampires, she still decides to send them in. And look what happens. The city just goes to hell. Now, I feel like if the Duchess gave Syanna to Dettlaff, then all those deaths would have been prevented. I know that it's hard giving your own sister to like her psychotic ex-boyfriend that's probably gonna kill her, but as a ruler, you have to make hard decisions like that. So I know that she probably wouldn't want to do that, but because of that decision that she made, a bunch of innocent people died. And Syanna wasn't innocent either. She killed like 4 guards, and it was even planning to kill her own sister. So you gotta choose. Am I going to save my guilty sister and because of that, a bunch of innocent people are gonna die? It's a hard decision, but that's what you gotta do as a ruler. And also, Syanna should have known that if Dettlaff found out about the plan, that he'd get extremely pissed off. Because when you're talking to Regis in Dettlaff's like toy shop lair, he tells you how Dettlaff used to get outrageously mad at Syanna sometimes and was in a fit of rage, and that's even why she ended up leaving.
Why do you think that? Any signs or clues to that effect?
None to be found. Apparently she disappeared one day. Her belongings disappeared with her. Not a scenario one associates with kidnapping. In my humble opinion, she left on her own. Scared off perhaps by a bout of Dettlaff's rage that revealed his other, more monstrous side.
Think he'll do it? Make good on his threat?
I cannot say. He can be unpredictable when fury consumes him.
I shall go to him.
Come again? After what he just...
You don't know Dettlaff like I do. If I don't do as he says, he truly will destroy the city. He's more than capable of it.
So Syanna should have known that if Dettlaff found out about the plan, he was gonna lose his fucking mind. In actuality, Syanna was the beast of Beauclair. Dettlaff, he was just a bullet, okay? But in the end, Syanna was the person who aimed the gun. And that is why I think that sparing Dettlaff is a good choice, even if it means that Syanna has to die. So, after going over both Syanna and Dettlaff's situations, I have come to a conclusion. I believe that Dettlaff should be allowed to live more than Syanna. Now, I'm not saying that Dettlaff is a good person, because he's not. But his girlfriend manipulated him, he got extremely angry, and he killed a bunch of humans. Like I've stated before, Dettlaff does not understand humans, he doesn't care about humans, he treats them like how we humans treat ants. So him killing them that really means nothing to him, because when we kill ants, it's not like they mean anything to us. He went insane and he decided to raze Beauclair to the ground. Now, Syanna, she's actually evil. She knew what she was doing. She was killing the people that wronged her. Yes, she does deserve justice. But I don't think all of them deserve to die. I don't think that Anarietta deserved to die. Okay? Plotting to kill her own sister was pretty fucked up. Yes, she didn't do anything. But Anna was younger than Syanna when Syanna was cast out. So they were both little girls. So what could have Anna done? It's not like she could have contributed anything to the opinion because their parents were going to throw out Syanna anyway. So I don't think that Anna deserved to die. And that's why I think that Dettlaff deserves to live more than Syanna, because he's just a hired vampire that doesn't care about humans and just killed a bunch of them when he got angry. Hey, thanks for watching my video. I'm thinking of doing more Witcher 3 videos in the future. It's like all I have right now. I'll try to broaden out my ideas more often, but as of right now, I'm thinking of doing a lot of Witcher 3 videos because, like I said in the intro, The Witcher 3 is my favorite game ever, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.